one of the very important data structure in this video, that is stack. So stack is an ordered list or a linear data structure in which ordered list in which items are or in which the elements are inserted. So we also call it as push, or deleted, which we also call as pop, at one end. That end is called top. So this is the definition of stack. It is one of the very important data structure. So stack is a ordered list or linear data structure, meaning that, say, if we consider, say, some S is a stack in which there are some elements, say A1, A0, A1, A2, so on up to say AN. These are linear or ordered list in which items are inserted and deleted at one end of the data structure. So we can imagine that this stack data structure as a open box where there will be open, that box will be open in on only one end and other end is closed, or any container or a drum or whatever you feel. So elements can be inserted from one end and can be deleted from the same end. That end is called top. This is a very important concept where we don't use these terminologies, that is push, pop and top, in other data structures. We use these terminologies only for stack. There are many applications of these stacks, we will see it later. Say if I want to insert A0, then I am inserting it, then A1, then A2, then A3, then A4. See that if I want to take out A0, we cannot take out A0 without removing A4, A3, A2, A1. We have to remove this, then only we can remove A0, meaning that the last inserted item will be removed first. So this is also called last in, first out data structure. Last in, first out data structure, that is LIFO. Or this is also called FILO, that is first in, last out. Why this kind of data structure? There are many applications, like say if we want to consider the system stack, or conversion of expressions. We will see these in detail later. Conversion of expressions. Conversion of expression is particularly done in compiler, that is from infix to postfix, postfix to infix, postfix to prefix, like that. And evaluation of expressions. Any mathematical expressions evaluation should take in particular manner, where this stack will be very much useful. If we go on listing, there are so many applications where we can think of stack. So stack is a very important data structure where insertion and deletions will happen at only one end. This is called top of the stack. Most of the time we consider this top as a pointer. You can also consider it as a value. Say usually stack will be implemented either as an array or as a linked list. If it is static implementation, probably we use array. If it is dynamic implementation, we go for linked list. We will see the array implementation and linked list implementation in the coming video. But now just you understand that push means insertion, pop means deletion or removal of the element, which will happen from the only one end. Say A, B, C, D onto the stack, where the maximum size, which say we assume some global variable where I have declared that maximum size is equal to 5. Say this is the stack. Assume this. I am going to insert A. Initially top will be pointing here. So initially top will not be pointing to any element of the stack. So it is initially -1. Assume this. Then I am going to push A. So top will be pointing to this one. Then I am going to push B. So top is pointing to this element. Then I am going to push C. Top is pointing here. Then D, top is pointing here. Push C, this is push D. Say after pushing D, say if I push E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So stack is full now. If I want to push F, assume this, if I want to push F, I have declared that the size of the stack is 5. Say this is static implementation where it is not growing dynamically. So this stack is full. We cannot insert F here. We cannot push F into the stack. This is called overflow condition. That is, stack is overflowing. So before going for push operation, we need to check whether the top is equal to or less than max size of the stack or not. If it is less, then we can insert. Otherwise we cannot insert, or that is we cannot perform the push operation. So that is called overflow condition. For that we need to have a function like is full or whether overflowing. Okay, we need to implement this. Okay, we will see the implementation later, but just I am telling. Say then the pop operation is, say if I call for pop E, this element will be popped and top will be pointing to this element. Similarly, next pop will decrement the size of the decrement the value of the top. Okay, top will be pointing here, that is pop D, and so on. So once all the elements are removed, then top will be pointing to -1. Assuming that we are implementing it as an array. Say this stack of 0 is the first element, stack of 1 is the second element, so on. Top is pointing to -1 when there are no elements. When it is empty stack, top is pointing to -1. Assume this case. So if try to pop something from this empty stack, we cannot pop anything. So before going for pop operation, we need to check that whether top is pointing to any element or not. That is, whether the stack is empty or not. If stack is empty, we cannot perform pop operation. So that is called underflow condition. That is also called underflow situation or condition. Okay, this has to be checked when we are going to pop something from the stack. So the operations carried out on the stack are push operation. First thing is we need to create the stack, that is empty stack. Second one is push operation. Third one is pop operation. In case of push operation, we need to check the condition, that is overflow. In case of pop operation, that is when we are deleting the item, we need to check the underflow condition. Okay, that is full and is empty. These are the conditions we need to check. So with this background, if we want to have the ADT of a stack, then that is abstract data type for the stack, the objects. If it is a C++ implementation, you can consider as objects, or C implementation normally. Okay, a finite ordered list of elements with 0 or more elements. The functions we need to have are create the stack. We need to create a empty stack where we can pass maximum size if it is a static stack. Okay, Boolean function is full. It is going to return either true or false, so we can declare it as Boolean. Okay, if the number of elements is equal to maximum size what we have defined as a global variable, then it is going to true, that is it is full, that is overflowing, else it is going to return false. Then only we can go for push operation. So in push operation, first we need to call this is full. If it is true, we cannot go further, otherwise we can insert an element which is called push operation. Then is empty is a function which is required for pop operation, that is whether the stack is empty. It is going to check whether it is empty. If it is empty, then it is going to return true, otherwise it is going to return false. So we can also have the pop operation. So this is the ADT of a stack. We'll see a simple example or simple application where these stacks are so useful. One may be bothering about like why this kind of structures are required. Even we are having array. Of course, this stack will be implemented as array, but still some may be thinking that why we need to have this kind of data structure. There will be so many applications of this. I will just show one simple example. Assume that you are having a main function, a program. We know that a program will maintain a system stack when it is called, or even operating system will also. Why it is maintained, we'll see later. Say it is having some lines of code. Say it is having a function call. Assume that it is calling a function A. Then it is closed, and this function definition, that is function A, where this will be transferred here, and it is having some lines of code, and it is having a function called B. Then this B function is here. Assume that it is having some lines of code and it will be executed. So when this function is started execution, it starts execution, so it will be having a frame pointer and return address and previous frame pointer address. That is one we have invoked it. Say it is operating system. So this is main function. Now the main function calls function A. So this has to be loaded for its execution. So function should be executed, or A should be executed. So A should be executed. So we should top, it is having some local variables, it is having some other declarations and all, and again it will be having some return address and frame pointer. And now in this function A, there is a call to function B. So function B will be loaded, and which the return value of B is required for A, return value of A is required for main, right? So B will be loaded again. So again it will be having some local variables and all. So top is pointed by B now. So after execution of the function B, it returns something back to A, and this will be deleted. This will be deleted. If it is having some static variables, that will be retained. Otherwise, all the local variables and all these things will be deleted from this stack. So again, top will be pointing back to the function A. Top will be pointing back to function A. Now the remaining statements of A will be executed, and it returns some value. Assume that then main will be executed. So main will be pointed by top later. So in this case, this is the last function entered into the system stack, and it was the first function which was executed completely. Then A, then main function. This is a simple application I am telling here. So stack is a very important data structure where we can find the applications of stack in many of our implementation, real world implementation as well. In the coming video, we will discuss about how we can implement the stack as an array implementation of stack in the